Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Line Golf Academy, and today we're going to talk about playing golf with one club, and I made it pretty hard on myself. We're going to use a putter only today. We're going to play 6 holes. We're going to try and get around at 6 over par, which is probably not going to happen, but what it's going to do is going to force me to try and dissect the holes and stay away from the trouble, because it's hard to hit a putter out of the bottom of a lake or even in the bunker. So we're going to avoid bunkers at all costs. We're going to try and keep it out of the rough, kind of play normal golf, but with this stick. Somewhere down this video, I'm going to put a great drill for you in terms of course management on how to look at your options. So there's always an easy option, an intermediate option, and the aggressive option, which I'm sure all of us take the aggressive option, but we should probably go with the first 2. Let's get started. So today we're going to go from the red tees, because I don't want to go from where the tour players play, especially with a putter. And what I'm looking to try and do is avoid all issues on the golf course, which will help me guide my golf ball. Remember, this only has 2 degrees of loft, so I need help getting the ball up in the air. And from there, it's anybody's game. So hopefully don't break my putter. And hopefully this first hole is a par 4. Let's see if we can get there in 2 and make a few putts. All right, that'll do. I don't think I'll get there in 2, but I might get there in 3. All right, so I almost pulled my back in that last shot. We only have about 180 yards in. Now, typically, I would probably hit a 5 or a 6 iron, but because we're stuck with a putter, I have to avoid this bunker right in front of me. If I go in the bunker, it's game over. So this is one thing about using a club where you're forced to create shots. And I'm just gonna go around that bunker, and let's see what we can do. That will probably decapitate a few squirrels. All right, so we've got about 60 yards left. Bunker on the right side. We don't want to be in that bunker. Bunker on the left side. We don't be long, so we've got a little needle to thread. I know this golf ball is going to squirt out to the right, so I'm going to aim at Walgreens over there and hopefully not hit it into the sale they're having. And that's going to leave me with some sort of putt just short of the fringe, but we'll make it work. 4th shot here. Let's see if I can get up and down to walk away with a bogey. I'm really happy with first hole. We're looking at probably 40-50 feet. So this is all feel. Try not to use much wrists. Okay, so before anybody putts, what they should try and do is pace out their putts. So for every 1 yard, it's 3 feet. So 3, 6, about 7.5 feet. We know it's going downhill, so you want to putt this at about a 6-foot pace. And for all my beginners out there, make sure you use that line on your golf ball to line up where you are trying to aim. Now I know that all putts break towards Indio, which is towards my right. It does look like it's going to curve left, so I'm just going to play this as the break winning the overall, which is to Indio. Now let's see. This will be for a bogey start. Important putt. And we start off with a double bogey. So 6 is in. Let's see what we can do for the next 5 holes. The goal is to try and work our way back around in 6 over. So I'm 4 shots away from not winning. All right, hole number 2 here. Hole number 1, we made a double bogey. I don't know if we can make any pars, but we'll try our best. We have one chance, which is a par 3 coming up on the next hole, which I can maybe scrounge around a par if I'm lucky. This one's about 340 yards from these tees, and we're gonna go up the left side. We have houses on the right, and yes, I have hit them up there, and I've broken a window, but don't tell anybody. And we have a street on the left, so hopefully there's no school buses there. And let's see what we can do here. We're just looking to get this up in the air and forward. That was struck really well, but it might be in somebody's yard, but let's go take a look. All right, so the GPS said we hit this 192. We have 163 left, so we're definitely not going to get there, and we have a bunch of tree trouble here. So this is the course management we're discussing later on in this video, is which option should I take? There's always the very easy option, which is just right over here, an intermediate option, and an aggressive option. Now, the aggressive option could be my choice because there isn't much trouble, and it doesn't really gain me anything if I take the easier way approach. And plus, we're out here to try and break course records with a putter. So let's take the aggressive option and see what happens. Hopefully we don't break a camera or another window. And I heard it hit a tree. Let's go find it. All right, so good news is we found the ball right in the middle of the fairway, but the bad news is we actually have 2 yards further than the last shot. I must have ricocheted straight out to the left of us and lost yardage. So we're hitting our third shot. We still got 164 in. We're just looking to try and get this 110 yards. So we have a 70-yard shot in, 60-yard shot in, because we're going a little uphill. And let's see what we can do here. We're going to play the ultra long run. All right, that actually worked out pretty decent. Let's go. All right, so we only have 40 yards left, so that third shot wasn't too bad. This should be a fairly easy shot because I'm just trying to go on the left side. Everything breaks to the right, 40 yards. I'm gonna try that running shot again. This is all feel and all luck. Well, we're just short of the green. All right, we're on our 5th shot right now. It's about, say, 30 feet. It's gonna break slightly left to right. This is where you have to think about that 10-foot circle around the hole. So at the most, you'll have 5 foot left. Easier said than done, but let's just see what we can get. And there's no break. That's why I make videos and I don't play on TV. All right, so this is for another double bogey. And remember, beginners out there, line that ball up. Again, we're gonna play that break towards Indio. I'm gonna just play this just on that left edge. I'm also gonna line up my putter club face to the golf ball. Look at that, we made it double. Okay, so 2 doubles to start. We only have 2 shots left for our goal in 4 holes, but we do have a par 3 coming up, and you never know. I could get lucky and hit a rake and go in the hole.
Bonus time! In this bonus clip, we are going to talk about the 3 options that you have when you find yourself amongst the trees. Your first option is just to bail out immediately to the side, and that's usually the easiest one. Sometimes you can go backwards, but as long as you get out in the fairway, you're back in play, you take your medicine early. The second option is one that I try and use a little bit more often, is the not so aggressive one where you're trying to advance the golf ball, get it closer, get as much as 80 to 100 yards up in front. It's usually somewhere in the middle, and you can pick a nice little target, and all you're looking to do is get it back in play but advance the ball 60, 70, 80 yards sometimes. And your final option is the one that most of us probably take, and we probably should not take it most of the time, but that's the one that we try and get the heroic shot. It depends on where you are at. If this is a match play and you need to get this golf ball on the green, if you feel like you can pull it off, just go for it. But remember, commit to the shot and also commit to the outcome. Hope that helps you. Let's get back to the video. Voiceover Tony here. My microphone was playing havoc. I think it wasn't charged that well. That's usually what happens when you have a one-man production crew. But this is the 3rd hole. It's a par 3. It's about 106, 107 yards. I hit this putter really well. I almost caught it too well, but luckily for me, it bounced short of the bunker, carried over it, and let's go take a look at my next shot.
All right, second shot. So we got lucky. We landed it just short of that bunker. It hopped over, came back to here. We got about 15 to 20 yards. Now, if you take a look at the shot here, I have some area here where I have to worry about this rough. But once it gets past this rough, it's going to really take away from me because this is all downhill. So I'm looking at using my putter and getting the energy to stop just as it gets on the green. And I'm just going to try and pop this up almost like a wedge type of shot, get my wrists a little bit more involved. And you know, for me, that's okay. I'll take that. It could have been a lot worse. Judging this rough is a little tough. So let's just go down here and take a look at our alignment. So I'm going to have to try and aim for that Indio effect. Let me pace out my 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It's about 18 feet. I'm going to putt this for about 15 feet. I'm going to aim slightly left of the hole, about a cup. My dying point's about here. So maybe that old hole. Let's see what we can do. This is for a par. wasn't a par. That would have made up for some lost ground. We still have 3 holes left, and we are 5 over. Can we make 1 over in 3 holes? I don't think so, but let's give it a try. Get our tilt going, hang back on the tilt, swing nice and slow.
Alright, here's voiceover 20 one last time. My microphone completely went on the fritz, and I was sitting there talking and telling jokes and thinking I was being really witty and not realizing my microphone didn't pick up anything. So when I uploaded this video, it was just crickets. So I will try and explain what happened. I hit that drive about 205, 210 yards, and I was left with about 180. So I figured, you know what, let me just try and run this up there. I was aiming at that left bunker, hoping to leave myself some sort of putt chip. I came across it, opened that club face up. It was going right to that right tree. I got very lucky though. It carried through the tree, hopped over the bunkers, and left me with this nice chip. So I was thinking to myself, how can I end this with a par? That was all I cared about. So I picked my line, I committed to that line, I popped it through, and left myself with a nice uphill putt, which I thought was going to be a pretty good gimme, but it turned out to be a little bit longer than I thought it was. Ended up pulling that golf ball, kind of misread the break a little bit, but you know what? I'm happy with a 5, and we were able to finish with 2 double bogeys and 2 bogeys. So for 4 holes, we were 6 over par, and that really isn't bad with a putter only. So why did I do this video? I did it because I challenge you to get out there and try some of these creative things to get your imagination going. I hope that helps you. Let me know if you like this in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe, and I want to wish everybody here a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays with your family, and I will see you next time. Enjoy yourself, and hopefully Santa brings you everything that you need. And let's hope it's curing those shanks. Oops, I didn't mean to say shank. Fairways and greens.